First of all, I would like to say my grateful towards God and especially to my very best friend, my dear brother, Zach. This video and many other videos that I will create from now on will not be possible if it weren't for him. And also by the permission of the good Lord for letting me to know you since the day we met. So thank you God, you are amazing. And lastly, Zach, thank you very much, man. I owe you a lot. You are my Orga Itsuka. You are a very great man, and I'm just a Mikazuki August that you help a lot. So let's keep going on forward and never ever stop to the place we truly belong, with our friends and our family. I know it's a bit weird comparisons and probably the most weird analogy, but you get a point. So that's all. Thank you very much, Zach. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, or also known as Toki o Kakeru Shoujo, is the first of later masterpieces by Mamoru Hosoda. I found that this isn't an original movie because it's sort of a loose sequel from a novel by Satoku Okudera, which also had the same title, and I didn't bother myself to read it for the sake of any comparisons in this movie. This film came out in 2006 in Japan and 2007 for America. I think this film is the good introduction of Mamoru Hosoda and Studio Shizu to the world. So that being said, here we go.
じゃあな。
The Girl Who Leapt Through Time has a female lead named Makoto, whom she will have an extraordinary adventure with time looping. Makoto is an energetic tomboy girl who really just enjoying her times in school with his male friends. But at the same point, she gets one unnatural power that allowed her to access time that has been passed. Normally, she only uses it for her personal problem and sometimes to help those who are around her. I had quite fun with this film. This film has no particular villain, it just drives the story around Makoto herself. This film showed you how does she know, use or care about this power she had. This film doesn't afraid to task Makoto to handle and take responsibility of any event that occurs by her new ability. I also like how they keep this time travel unexplained fully, because most of the problems today we see in the film is that they often trouble themselves to make a clear statement about those stuff through a lot of exposition rather than having it just go with the flow of the story, and slowly the tricks will be soon discovered by certain conflict along the way, which this film did very well. I like Makoto as the lead, she made the films more engaging than ever. But sadly, the third act was kind of a mess and it made what was once a good foundation into a bad storytelling. Like the build-up of the previous acts was executed very poorly. But I'll talk more about this problem in the Debelity section, so carry on.
What?
Heads up!
That hurt.
Now talk about the animation. I think it's pretty great. It won a few awards for its animation quality. But considering it came out like 14 years ago, you may find some bad, weird and even ironically funny animation. The set design is also great, especially when it is inside a room. The voice acting was pulled pretty good in my opinion. The music by Kiyoshi Yoshida blends in beautifully with the whole narrative of this film. I really like it, you know, come on. But as my own enjoyment, I don't really found myself fully immersed to the film. Like, the film is lacking some of the spices of what they could have make a good film be great. But I think that's probably just my disappointment toward the end of the film, which I will talk after this. Now, we are talking what I don't like about this film. Spoiler warning from here, just skip into this timestamp if you don't want to ruin your own experience. But if you don't care, sure, go on. Other than Makoto, the rest of the character doesn't have more to offer, which made this film sort of lost its weight. That's why I don't really buy the twist in the third act. The twist being Chisaki came from the future is actually pretty good. I kinda like it, but the way the film wants us to be more surprised, it just doesn't work that much. And we can't relate or care that much for his reason to came in this timeline because there is just not enough materials given to the story at the first place. From that point, everything are just being telling rather than showing, and slowly everything starting to fall apart. I also thought that Makoto's aunt, which a fine character that sort of played a role of a wise man figure who knows more than the protagonist, has a better way to explain things in the end of the third act, which Makoto met her again after the twist. I mean, I'm not asking Makoto's aunt to conclude the whole film narration, but rather give the story a little bit clarification, please. But no, she didn't do quite enough. She just keeps talking about her ambiguous past, which did not really help the story at all. In order to make the twist work is that the film must at least have prepared itself with a well-developed setup for any particular event that potentially will occur at the future, which this film did not do properly. And sadly, the film found itself a bit troubled in the end. Like, the idea of the film is that time waits for no one. Is actually very deep, and the film portrays that idea as something that is inevitable. So throughout Makoto's journey in this film is all about making the right decision and learning from the past mistakes. Because time won't stop just because you did something wrong. Time truly waits for no one, meaning if you stop right now at that point, it will all become a total downhill for your life. But if you choose to keep walk forward as time goes by, meaning that you are ready to take your new lesson and craving your own new responsibility for the rest of your journey to become a better than what you are in yesterday. That's actually a pretty amazing concept. But in the third act, that idea got slammed down pretty bad. Like, what was once a story about take your time carefully while you are still alive and try to do the right things and keep going on forward while your time is still in running, turned into a love drama that kinda ruined the whole premise of the film with take your time carefully so you won't miss the right man that actually and honestly love you. Like, why, dude? The film was actually going to be a great story, but that But anyway, despite my disappointment towards the end of this film, I still found myself still enjoy it. This film in its own way is still to be considered a good film. The theme that this film brought actually worked really good about time waits for no one, which I also really like it. Well, until the third act showed up at least. But yeah, to me it is considered almost great. Like, if at that time Mamoru Hosoda realized this problem and fixed that story elements, it will be much better and probably made this film perfect. So with that being said, without further ado, let's rank up this baby up. The Girl Who Leapt Through Times gets a 73%.
だから注意力が足りねえんだから行動する前にもっと考えろよな。
何それ、最後の最後にそれ。
バカ、心配してやってんだろ。
分かったよ、心配してくれてありがとう。だから早く行って。
何怒ってんだよ。
Hi, man. Say hi. Hi. And yeah, that was my experience with The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Well, to be honest, guys, I actually watched this film like a month or 2 months ago because this pandemic, because this whole quarantine days really made people fucked up. It's nothing but just a mess, and my wonderful day of online class is really bugging me up, so I'm always limited for doing my personal own project. Like my own personal project is probably important than school. Well, no, I'm just kidding. School is important than my own project, but still, it was really irritating. But hey, yesterday was the end of my final exam, so today I'm free. Hell yes. So I'm sorry. Back to the topic. I was really going to like The Girl Who Leapt to Time. I was thinking that it might break my expectation because it kind of one of those iconic anime movie ever been put in our era. But no, people sometimes make mistake and they screw. But seriously, I don't hate this film. I just like it, but I don't like it that much. But still, I found myself really enjoyed this film. So that's all. If you like this video, if you like what I have in my thought and what I have told you in this video, make sure you hit that like button, and why not subscribe to my channel. I'm sorry, I started a lot, like it's really irritating. Like you know guys, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, and maybe I can do a better speaking. I don't know. God, I forgot to do I forgot to do that outro. Okay, that's all guys. I hope you like it. Terima kasih telah menonton. Semoga kalian menikmatinya dan sampai jumpa lagi di video selanjutnya. So see ya. Stay alive, just stay alive, man. Just stay alive. Don't die, please. Don't die for me. So okay, that's all. Bye. Transition.